Hi all, welcome to Spring Framework tutorial series for absolute beginner. So this is the sixth video of that series where we will be understanding how to achieve loose coupling with Spring. So there are a lot of videos I have posted on IOC, on static dependency injection, on constructor injection and injecting object, injecting literals. You can go and watch this playlist to get enough idea about the Spring Framework. So what is actually means loose coupling? So in the real life applications that we are making component means we are making the classes, and we as a developer or as an architect, we try to make the application such that those components are like lessly interrelated with each other. So means the one component should not fully depend on other component. So we'll try to create the applications that promote independence among the component, resulting in software that is easier to maintain, extend, and test. So here the coupling refers to that degree of direct knowledge that one element has of other. As I said, like we will try to create the separate component one after another. So here I will be using the Spring Framework, and it is a continuation video of the Spring Framework tutorial series. So we'll be having a interface called, we are keeping it as a non-veg, and there are other classes called chicken non-veg and fish non-veg, and we'll be having a class called lunch where initially I will explain with just a simple functions or simple classes. Then I will extend the chicken non-veg and the fish non-veg classes, and all the configuration I will be done on beans.xml file, so that the application will take the input at the runtime, like which class should execute, either it is chicken or fish. So those are configuration are there in the beans.xml file. If you see that, you'll get to know everything. So let's get started. Before going ahead with the video, I request to please subscribe to the channel to get videos on Spring Boot, microservices, REST API, Java. So let's go to this IntelliJ. So I will create a new project. So do the right click and go to this new, go to module. We'll be creating project called loose coupling. I'll copy this name, and Java project as a Maven build system, and we will using 17 as a Java version. So group ID will made as com dot the deep developer dot loose coupling. So I'll generate the project. So it will create a pom.xml file and a main class, or the main functions from where we will execute our applications. So if you watch the previous video, you will get to understand that we have worked on this fish non-veg. So so I will explain a little bit of that. So I will create the classes called what is that, lunch and fish non-veg and the main. Let me create that. I will just copy from like a previous video, where I'll just go to this inject object video. So from the previous video, I have copied this fish non-veg and the lunch class, where a lunch class have the dependency of fish non-veg, and we are putting some setter method, and we are calling the having lunch from fish non-veg method. That is, I have one class or the one method in this fish non-veg class, and I am calling that. And from this main, in this main class, I will load the IOC and I will get the details. Let me copy that code also from my previous video. I'll just go there and I copy it. Go to this main and I will paste it. So we are working on this lunch, right? So we'll remove this, and we need to like in pom.xml file, we need to add the dependencies called Spring core and the Spring context, or you can like add the jar as well. That will also work fine. I paste the dependency and I will reload it, and also I will copy the beans.xml file, because on there only we will create the beans and everything. So this is the continuation of the previous video. It is suggested to watch the previous video or the fifth video, like injecting object in Spring by certain injection. You can watch this video. So I will remove this object. So what happened that I am creating a beans fish non-veg, and I am creating a beans of lunch object, because if you go to this lunch class, it having a dependency of fish. I'll copy the dependency as well and go to this beans.xml file and the lunch object, and we are adding the properties and adding the reference with id fish non-veg. So I have added the reference for this. Let me run the application. Before that, I go to this main class and I will import this, and I will show you that what are the issue and why we cannot pass this fish non-veg if we have another class called chicken non-veg. Let me run the application. So application is run and we are seeing some error. So what was the error? Cannot develop inject object. Okay. So if we see that we have our class name fish non-veg, we go to this fish non-veg. It is in the the deep developer dot loose coupling package. So I will just rename it as loose coupling, and here also lunch is on that package. Now we see that we are getting Spring is creating the beans of fish non-veg from this class, and after that it is creating the lunch beans, and within the inner bin of fish non-veg, and we are printing the details. That's the fine. Now the question is like if we have another dependency called like instead of fish non-veg in lunch we want to have like chicken as a non-veg. So what we need to do that, then we need to create like private chicken non-veg, then chicken, then here also chicken non-veg, set chicken. A lot of code changes need to be done. So to overcome this we'll be using, let me create that first chicken non-veg class. So I'll go to this, copy, right click, paste. Instead of fish non-veg I will create chicken non-veg. So that is also having one simple method. So if we want to use chicken non-veg, so then what happen, we need to do, we need to um, write it as chicken non-veg, then here also we need to do chicken non-veg, here we need to change change the variable. A lot of code changes should require, but that is not the real life approach, or as a developer we are not will not like touch the like business logic if there is any requirement is there. So what we will do, like we'll provide like which object should call in lunch class, that will be decided on the runtime. So how to do that? So instead of this I will be creating a interface called just a non-veg, just a non-veg class, and this non-veg will be implemented by chicken non-veg and the fish non-veg class. So I will rename this. So this is the one-time activity. Then any other requirement, if there is a like I will show you that, like chicken non-veg, control C, control V, C, fish, and we are calling the non-veg, and here it will be set non-veg. So if you over this, so it is I will be creating a interface. So let's go to this, create an interface called non-veg, and this non-veg is having a one method called public void having non-veg. Okay, so this method will be implemented by the chicken non-veg, and the cancel it. So this interface will be implemented on the chicken non-veg and the fish non-veg. So I will go there. I will implement what is that non-veg, and if you see that it is implemented, or you can do override annotation also. So if you click on this eye icon, if you click on, so it is redirected to this. There is a one implementation is there just in the chicken non-veg. Similarly, we'll do the implementation on fish non-veg. So implements non-veg. So here, so if you go to this lunch class, so there is a two implementation. If you do control and click, if you see that two implementation is there. So in the lunch class, I will go to this lunch class. So on which object we need to pass, like either it is chicken non-veg or the fish non-veg, that will be decide on the runtime. So how to decide on the runtime? Like if we already have one bin called fish non-veg, so I will create another bin called chicken non-veg. Chicken, chicken non-veg, and from which class the chicken non-veg object will be created from chicken non-veg. And see, if we have passed the property called fish, but in the lunch object, do we have the property called fish? No. Now the property is have non-veg. So I will go to this and I will paste it as a non-veg. So if we run this application, now we are passing the fish non-veg reference object. So let me run the application. I have run the application. So we see that we are getting that we are having fish, having lunch. So if we like copy this chicken non-veg, and if we pass this chicken non-veg, so in the runtime, what happen that this chicken non-veg will be passed on this object. So by doing this, we are achieving like a loosely coupling concept. So in the real life application, we are making this type of things. So we are not making changes on the like core class or like business logic class. So if there is another requirement like what is that meat non-veg, or like egg non-veg, so that time we just need to do the create a class and implement the non-veg, and we need to create the beans, and within after creating the beans, we need to just pass the reference. Then the things will be created on the runtime, and we will get the object details. So did you observe that why we are getting that we are having fish? Because I go to this chicken. Okay, we have printed only fish, so I will be created as chicken, writing as chicken, not have created. So let's run the application. So did you observe that we are getting the statement as we are having chicken and we are having lunch, because in the runtime we have passed this chicken non-veg objects. So that's all with the video. In the next video, we'll be using whatever concept where we will not use this type of like setter methods, and later on video will be removed all this beans.xml file. There will be no beans.xml file in my upcoming videos, and we'll be using all the annotation concept, and we'll do like a real life application. So please subscribe to the video, and yeah, like the video and share the video, and if you have any doubt, you can ask on the comment section. Thank you for watching the video.